Us leaving Afghanistan the way we did, does it leave us in the worse shape as far as with our allies?
I think too soon to tell, but I think what our principal goal in Afghanistan was and remains to ensure that attacks against the United States are not going to be generated from there, from Al Qaeda and from ISIS-K.
And right now, you believe that we have subdued that from happening, or are they building back up again?
Sir, I believe it is much harder to do it now than it was before. It is not impossible to do it, but I'll have considerable level of detail on that in the closed session.
Putin's war on Ukraine with the energy, it's an energy war. Putin's war on Ukraine and what we're going through there, and also seeing us now, I have a little bit of a concern with the administration's position on the energy that we produce in our country, and we could do a little bit more working with our Canadian and our Mexican allies. With that being said, the Iran situation that we're talking, I think things have stalled there on the Iran deal again. But also, I'm concerned about Iran. The last deal that we made with Iran was not made on basically winning or earning your way back into a productive society from the standpoint we were giving them too many reliefs on their sanctions up front, and they never did come through. With Iran's situation right now and the oil that we have and the sanctions to remove Iran back into the oil business, or bigger, and also in Venezuela, what effect do you think that would have on the Iranian government for them to have that flow of cash again?
Senator, I'm probably not the best witness to answer that part of the question. I can tell you from a military stability perspective, which I am competent to talk about, my principal interest in Iran is ensuring that they don't attack us or our partners in the region directly or indirectly, to keep Iran deterred from undertaking those kinds of activities. We have had some success doing that over the last couple of years, not complete success.
But they're still, the indications, they're still basically one of the largest proliferators of terrorist attacks in that part of the world, correct?
That is absolutely correct, Senator.
And basically with Yemen and all that, they're still very much involved there, supplying them?
Iran is the principal reason that the conflict in Yemen can't be brought to a conclusion, in my judgment.
General Townsend, and given us the situation we have in Africa right now, what's your thoughts about that?
Senator, could you? I didn't catch the middle
part. I said just basically the situation that we have in Africa right now. What are your concerns that you have, the most concerns that you do have?
Thank you. Thanks for repeating the question. Well, I think probably number one is ensuring that the U.S. maintains strategic access and influence. And I think for me that the primary concerns there are China and to a little bit lesser degree Russia. I can go more into detail on that in closed session, but I'm concerned about China's basing ambitions in Africa. And then the second thing would be countering the threats of violent extremists there, primarily Al-Qaeda's arm, Al-Shabaab in East Africa.
Okay. If I could have one further question, Mr. Chairman. My further question would be this. I remember back at I was a young person back in the Cuban Missile Crisis and the concerns we had with nuclear attacks and things, and all the tests we ran and everything we were prepared for, and all the things we had to go through, exercises. Today we have so many countries with a nuclear arsenal. What's the most dangerous you think that we have? The country that you're most concerned about with a nuclear capabilities that could do harm, not just basically upend the world, approach on the world order, if you will, but basically do damage to the homeland?
Senator, for me, I think I subscribe to what's laid out in our national defense strategy, which is China is the longer-term threat, the basing threat, but today it's Russia.
Senator, I think you have to respect capability. Russia has that capability. China aspires perhaps in the future to have that capability, but I think the acute threat right now, of course, is Russia, and I agree with General Townsend.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Manchin. Senator Ernst, please.